Okay, so today we're talking about something that is just out there. It's a story that smashes together geology, some pretty intense thermodynamics, and, believe it or not, a frozen pizza. And no, this is not some thought experiment. This is a real-life, honest-to-goodness quest to cook a pizza on an active volcano. And that quote right there, that's where our story kicks off. That's not just an idea, that's a mission statement. Somebody actually did this. They went 5,000 feet up a volcano in Iceland with one goal: use a river of molten rock as a pizza oven. It's completely absurd, it's obviously dangerous, and you just have to ask, could that even work? So before you grab your hiking boots and a DiGiorno, you've got to hit the books. You have to tackle the science of it all. Because, this isn't just about finding a hotspot. It's about figuring out if you can even cook with magma without creating, well, a disaster.
Right, so this is the absolute crucial question. Can you actually bake with lava? To figure this out, some thermodynamics experts were brought in, and they had this theory. They thought maybe, just maybe, the insane heat would cause something called the Leidenfrost effect. It's this idea that a little layer of vapor could protect the pizza just for a second from being instantly incinerated. It was a total long shot, but scientifically speaking, there was a sliver of a chance.
And what's really wild is just looking at the comparison here. On one side, you've got your standard pizza oven, right? It's controlled, it's stable, you know exactly what you're going to get. And on the other side, you have an active lava flow. We're talking extreme, unstable heat on a surface of molten rock. It is the definition of unpredictable. The challenge really couldn't be bigger. So with that tiny glimmer of scientific hope, the next phase kicked off, the expedition itself. The destination? Well, it just might be the world's most dangerous kitchen. And as you can see, this was no simple camping trip. This was a full-blown expedition. After talking to the experts, the team flew to Iceland to face this grueling 5,000-foot climb up an active volcano, all while fighting these insane elements at the top. I mean, every single one of these steps was a huge challenge on its own. And let's be crystal clear about the dangers here. We are talking about brutal, freezing weather, toxic gases literally seeping out of the ground, terrain that could just shift or crumble right under your feet, and of course, the mind-bendingly extreme temperatures of the lava itself. This was no backyard barbecue, that's for sure. So the team makes it, they brave the climb, they've got their pizza, and they're standing right next to a river of lava. This is it, the moment of truth. So, how'd it go? Well, it was a complete and utter disaster. Just try to picture this scene for a second. A standard $5 frozen pepperoni pizza, probably still got some frost on it, is carefully placed onto the surface of this flowing lava. What do you think happens next? Yep, as you might have guessed, the official result was, and I quote, an unmitigated disaster. All that planning, that incredibly dangerous journey, all for a cooking experiment that just failed spectacularly right out of the gate. See, it didn't just burn up, it didn't flash into ash, it just melted. The lava was so hot and so dense that it didn't really bake the pizza, it just consumed it. The pizza turned into this kind of slushy mess and just sank right into the molten rock. The oven literally ate the food. But hey, true adventurers don't just pack up and go home, right? Failure is just collecting data for the next try. So they regrouped. They went for a second chance at volcanic pizza glory. Okay, so this time they learned from that first disaster. Instead of putting the whole pizza on the lava, they adjusted their strategy. They tried to just quickly sear a single slice, holding it with a tool to keep it from sinking. They were not going home empty-handed. And this time, they actually managed to pull something back from the fiery river. And with that, a whole new culinary term was born: lava-charred. It's not burnt, it's not grilled, it's this totally unique state where the crust is baked by the crazy heat, but also blackened by touching liquid rock. I think we just found a new topping for the menu, folks. So they actually did it. They have a slice of lava-charred pizza. The quest is a success. But the journey isn't really over until the final, most important question of all is answered. How did it actually taste? So this single, hard-won slice was brought all the way down from the volcano and presented to a friend. Can you just imagine their face? Being handed this piece of pizza that looks like a blackened rock and being told, yeah, I cooked this on a volcano. The skepticism must have been completely off the charts. And really, This brings us to the big takeaway, doesn't it? When you look at that one mangled slice, you have to wonder, was it all worth it? The danger, the expense, all that effort? Maybe. Maybe the point wasn't the pizza at all. Maybe it was about the sheer audacity of just trying to do it. Which leaves us with one last thing to chew on. If somebody can cook a pizza on a volcano, what's the next great frontier for extreme cooking? Are we going to try cooking calamari in a deep-sea hydrothermal vent, baking a cake in the stratosphere? It really makes you wonder what other wonderfully absurd food adventures are just out there waiting to be tried.